Welcome to a new YouTube video. Papita, 31 years old. I'm a coach. I'm currently looking for a team in the EU region. I'm gonna go straight into this video because not today, but yesterday, there was a big grand finals and a big matchup, I would say. Aurora versus Team Spirit. They played in the Fisher Universe episode 8, and Aurora became a new champion. This is like a completely renewed team. They have acquired some players that actually changed the entire dynamic of the team. They won 3-2 versus Team Spirit. I'm gonna analyze the matchup. I'm just gonna watch 3 games with you guys because some Tier 1 DOTA has been played. When I talk about Tier 1 DOTA, I mean there's good macro on both sides. There's solid strategies. No one is like out of the rhythm of the game, and you get to see the actual details that will win you a tournament. So let's start with the video. Aurora has been having some decent results lately. They started well. Let's talk about some roster changes first. They changed for this tournament basically 3 players. They have Mikoto as a mid. I think he's still the main guy on the mid lane. It's Mikoto, but they changed offlaner on position 5. They changed WS and Kaori. If you see and watch the replays of these 2 players, WS is an extremely solid offlane player. I didn't hear so much about his name before, but now that I know what I saw, this guy is gonna be in a lot more finals if he gets the chance to stay in this good team. And Kaori, he plays the meta heroes extensively. Like he has 60 games on Warlock Dispatch, he has 70 games on Jakiro Dispatch, and he is just a solid post 5 guy for this meta. So they started the month with a loss to Aurora to Bedboom 3-1. They still did well in the qualifiers. They beat 2-0 teams that they would struggle before that, but they lost against Bedboom, which was a team that showed that they could dominate the region. They won here versus for Pirates. They lost against Inner Circle, won against Inner Circle, and qualified for ESL1 Birmingham. But in the Future Universe episode 8, they won against Bedboom, won against Yandex 2-0, won against Team Spirit in the upper bracket final, and beat them 3-2 in the finals. So it's a pretty strong showing for a team that wasn't solid before. This, for me, it didn't used to be a Tier 1 team. So let's just watch why is this going on? What happened? This is going to be a really fun matchup to watch because for me, you have like 2 sides of the coin here. On one side, you have Team Spirit, which is a team that I have previously analyzed when I talked about, I think, either Liquid, I think it was Liquid video. That how do they approach the game? They look for the win condition and the team fight condition. They are a team that is not very meta adapted, I would say. Like if you see the draft, you will see the carry player being last pick in basically 80 to 90% of their games. And they also look to have a condition in the fight. Like if you see here Largo, they look for condition. They play Ancient. There's a Warlock open, or there's like strong position 5s that they could secure lane, but they prioritize like playing on the limit. They like to have the team fight condition, and they like to have Jatoro on a matchup that he can win as a carry. And who can blame them? They have the best carry of all time. It's their playstyle. But on the other side of the coin, you have Aurora Gaming, which I think is a team that is playing absolutely meta. Like they go for super strong silence, super strong. Like if you see in most of their games, you have Warlock 5, Jakiro 5, Phoenix 5, which I think is super strong against most of the offlaners right now as well. They have Jakiro 5, and they put like some insanely hard matchups for the course to match up against. Largo is a hero that can pretty much, I don't think we have seen a counter to Largo yet. He can pretty much tie or win any lane, and they put him with a strong position for like Hoodwink, Shaman, Hoodwink, Willow. It's all like super solid on the silence, so that the mid laner, if he gets like a, let's say here, 18 Huskar pick against Pack, even if it's sent against a Viper, the silence are going to suffer so much that you are not going to be able to pace what the Aurora team is offering as a pace. Here, super strong silence, Willow Brew, Ursa, Jakiro, and they get a nice 18 pack pick, which is not going to have the best lane against Viper, but he has a pretty free game later. And he can do this because on the silence, he's going to have always they're going to have a lane that they can pressure. There's a team that prioritizes pressure, they prioritize connecting to the supports, and they play macro before and after Roshan super well. On the other side, Team Spirit, they still have the solid concepts or these macro objectives, but they don't quite strategize and pick for it. So let's go into the gameplay. We are going to watch the first time they met in the tournament. We are going to watch how Spirit tried to adjust and failed at doing so, and their longest game between each other, because this is going to show us a lot of details of how Tier 1 teams dance one another around the other. Let's go into the first one. Check the draft first. Super strong silence. They had 18 pack. They chose it to play against the Viper, but they end up sending the Viper to the Ursa lane and Tiny for mid. Usually you consider the Viper like a counter to Ursa or whatever. But this is the case if you can do well in the lane and then on the mid game you are a strong force against Ursa because of the ultimate. It's just clear stuff. And when your ultimate is down, you have the scepter. If Ursa doesn't have overpower, it's not gonna be able to hit. But this Viper is in the offlane. He's against a Jakiro, one of the strongest position 5, and also the Willow can connect to the lane. Viper is a slow hero. And that's what's gonna happen in this game. Let's just go straight into it. I am going to show a little bit of the early game, just a little bit, because I think this series has a lot more to give in terms of how to fight for objectives and the dance between 5 heroes versus 5 heroes with buybacks and everything. As you can see, it's pretty clear that they have the concept of connecting on the supports from minute 5, nighttime, they kill the Viper. So Ursa is actually doing well against the Viper, which for me it was expected, because of the position 5 and the possibility to connect. And I wanted to point out that this carry, Nightfall, he uses Gate, I think, quite more often than the other carries in the tournament. Some connections from the support. So you're going to see Nightfall get some kills with the Gate usage here. He pulls, which I think is a good decision. Wave is going to hold here. Enemy doesn't know where the Ursa is. And as they are setting up a fight on top, he gets a kill on Yatoro. And connection with the Jakiro TP. So he gets some really nice rotations here in the early game. On the Ursa, he's gonna do it again at minute 8. Pulls, clears the wave. Now what's the timing, guys? It's the Brew ulti. You know you can pressure again. And he goes top, gets another kill. So early game is pretty much secured for Aurora. Team Spirit is not a team that is so easy to beat. So this series is super fun to watch because Spirit still knows how to deal with the situations that they're playing at a disadvantage. Like if you would have to put it in a phrase, as Bruce Lee said, Team Spirit is a team that practiced the same style for 10,000 times. It's not a team that is adapting to the meta and just playing what's the best of the patch. They just play a really good play style over and over and over again, and they know what to do when things are going bad. So we should watch a little bit of the early game, and but now the mid game kind of starts. There's siege creeps coming. I'm gonna go fast forward to this because I wanna get to the key moments of the game, which are 15-minute mark, 16-minute rune, 18-minute rune, and then contest for the Roche or the Tormentor. If you see, I'm gonna show both, because this is a clash of both tier 1 teams that just understand where they are supposed to play and how to defend these areas. Like here they tried to kill Yatoro, but Pac was just not ready, so that the Jakiro was, but Pac no, he wasn't, so damage is not enough. Yatoro survives, and they defend this area, killing the Brewmaster. So it's a little bit of a misstep from Aurora. Team Spirit gets vision here. Yatoro doesn't want to leave this area. And you are going to see how teams move around what areas in different timings of the game. Now they're pressuring bottom on Team Spirit, TP mid to defend the tower. They know they're not going to kill the pack, but they're going to deny the tower. So Aurora now has tier 1 top, tier 1 mid. Remember, you are Radiant, you have this going on, you are in a decent situation. Brewmaster has the vessel. Here we're going to have to start talking a little bit more about timings and what heroes should be dealt with in the fight. But in this game, he has a pretty free game, I would say. Fights are, I don't see him being conditioned unless he gets like some crazy combo on Tiny with the Tusker jumping and the gyro hitting. He's not gonna die. Roche goes top. Pack is sitting on bottom, but now the 16-minute run comes. And look at how Spirit plays. They know that this is a good area that they should defend in this moment, a very important area. And as soon as they see some heroes on the map showing, which they see here, they see the Willow, and they saw the pack bottom, they are not going to allow the Brewmaster to do this. Aurora is playing free lanes right now. Let's kill this guy. As soon as they get the chance, no Willow, no pack, they go for him. Still, Brewmaster, pretty good hero, very hard to kill. Team Spirit connects with the gate. So they kick the Brewmaster out of this area, but there's a little bit of an overextension here. And what did Aurora play for? Like, they missed the Brewmaster coming to the rune, but still the pack played for the rune, so he got the arcane. And look how they approach the fight. It's very important here. Pack, he doesn't go with the fastest way of reaching Spirit. He goes for the safest one. And so does the supports. They wait. So do the supports. They wait here, and they wait for Aurora to fight on this other part of the fight. They go for the Viper. Willow goes in because he's safe with the W. Spirit instantly jumps into the Ursa because he used the ultimate, so he dies. But now, Pack gets a free fight with the arcade. He just gets to spam spells. And Spirit is in a bad position to deal with this Pack and this Willow. So they end up losing Tiny, they end up losing Gyro, very important targets. And Pack is the big winner of the fight. What does this mean? The clock is ticking for Team Spirit. Even though the Ursa is a little bit countered by the Viper and everything, the Pack is going to be a win condition for them. So they're kind of in a rush to start getting plays on the map and to be able to either win the Roche and win the Tormentor. So whenever they see a hero mispositioned, again, Pack shows up, Brewmaster, they see him under a ward, they instantly go for him. Still pretty decent hero to survive these guns, insanely tanky. So it's all about the scrimmages that you can take around this 16-minute run, the 18-minute run, and this area of the map for them. Both teams are understanding this. Who's just gonna get the Blink Dagger. You don't have an item on Brewmaster, it's all about the ulti. And again, 18-minute run, they're connected. Team Spirit is not. Gyro starts playing bottom here, but Spirit still plays like one hero mid and 3 heroes here. The setup, it doesn't change. If you check the minimap is not changing at all. They already got the 18-minute run, and it seems like Aurora is not forcing this objective because they know they didn't get any map control here. They got the runes, they got fights, but Spirit contested, so still hard to go into no vision. Like, look at the Radiant Vision. There's nothing here. And on Dire, there's nothing here, but they already fought for it, so still Radiant is going to be scared to take it. Brewmaster pushed a way bottom, and he connected with the gate. And then in comes an overextension from Aurora here. They go for the Keeper. Pack comes here. It's like at this moment you say like, how the hell did Aurora win this game? How they win this game? Because they lost the Radiant timing to do the Roshan. They weren't able to contest this area, take it safely, and with the Brewmaster ulti or with the rune, come here and take the Roshan. And now Team Spirit they're gonna get the Tormentor because they fought for all of these areas. And they're gonna stand here, look at their vision. They're gonna stand here, set up a ward, and look for chain feeds from Aurora. So they get the Jakiro, they get the Willow. They completely turn the game by fighting in the correct areas that they should be fighting for. Because if they just let Aurora do whatever they want with this Radiant macro and the towers that they got, and not play here and not punish the heroes like Brewmaster when they saw different heroes on the map, and they just let Aurora get with this Roche and the Tormentor, and Ursa is gonna be with a BKB and an Aegis, and you're just gonna lose the game entirely. Now, how does the map change? Look at already, like just 30 seconds passed, and look at where Aurora is. Roche is bottom. Aurora is super fast team. They smoked bottom. There's no timing in items. There's no BKB. There's no rune. There's no like Parasma, some big time that they're playing for, but it's more about where they should be playing. So let's see how this smoke happened. Two supports died here. Team Spirit gets the Roche. And now Gyro is going to start to play for this area of the map. Watch this closely because it's going to blow your mind how both teams are understanding perfectly where they should play. Aurora, Brewmaster is already set up here. The two supports connect with the pack and they smoke. And look at the scan from Dire. The Dire scan and they scan for the smoke, the fast smoke. So Yatoro, when he comes here, they scan instead of farming, instead of dying and losing the Roche, he leaves. And this for me is like an insane read on what is going on in the game. Aurora sees the Viper TP and they know they're ready, they retreat. They're very patient. So now it's like the Ursa kicked them out of the map here, and he feels like he's losing a big weight up, which is gonna help him get to the BKB. He retreats. What does Spirit do? They smoke instantly to play for mid after they see the stop, and they wanna punish and either take this tier 1, take a kill here and go Roshan, or just invade here because Ursa has no TP. And look, what not enough does now is gonna blow your mind. He doesn't see anything and blinks out, predicting the smoke. This is his perspective. So they in both teams, they know what they're playing for, and they're also like understanding when the plays are happening. Whenever a team makes a mistake and just like the pack dies here, I can assure you, Team Spirit is gonna run straight into Roche and force it with the tag team and the Gyro hidden. So this was very like crisp from both teams. They're very aware. Aurora plays bottom, takes the tier 1, denies the rune, very important, the 22-minute rune for the bottom Dire Roche. And at this moment, you have to start prioritizing timings, right? Because you missed opportunities for kills and Roche. Now you have the BKB on Ursa, you have the Brewmaster no timing, and you have the Parasma on pack. So what happens here? Aurora did prioritize the timing. They had the BKB on Ursa, they had the Parasma coming on pack, but Team Spirit, they were waiting for the Crimson on Viper. They had 100 gold for the Crimson Guard, so the Viper, that is a hero that should be in the formation, frontlining, he's not there. Yatoro, he's not going to get another timing right now, and they have the BKB on Tiny. The game is even, but they need to convert this gold that they have on the Crimson. So as soon as they see from Aurora that Team Spirit is not ready, the Tiny stop, they position themselves really good, and they are able to go on the Gyro. So now this kill happens on the Gyro. And you can see, we saw it on every video. When a team is reading the map good, like you are not looking for kills here. You don't see a Gyro here and run throughout the entire map and go around here. If you see a Gyro here or people splitting here, you just hit Roshan. You just hit Roshan because it's an Aegis that is gonna provide you with of course 2 lives in the fight, but it's like big timing that you are just gonna be able to play more aggressive and start taking objectives on the map. So the Aurora here, they outmaneuver Spirit. So, well, now you get to this point where you say, okay, Papita, we got the Aegis, we play the macro not to the best of our abilities, but we got the Aegis. We are in a possession of the Aegis of the Immortal. What do I do with this? Now, when you get the Aegis, of course, you are looking to still prioritize the objectives. You need to prioritize like the runes the pack got here and start punishing the heroes that are gonna be either splitting on the map, so you need to control the gates. This is a good tool to do that, and you wanna start choking the enemy team on the map. If you can take a tier 2, you are allowed to take the outpost. So that's your basic aim with the Aegis. Do not let them get the gate control, and progress into a tier 2 tower so that you can take the outpost. And for the next Roshan, that is gonna be the big timing on late game, you are gonna have the outpost for potential buybacks in the fight if you have the map control here. If you can, of course, you can progress into every DOTA game is different, and you will know what to do when you are in either a big advantage. You can maybe threaten high ground, you can take the entire map control and just choke the enemy by taking gate control and progressing with the economy. You will know as soon as you get this. So they start punishing. They get the Viper bottom when they see him farming under a ward. And you will see what happens whenever they see a hero. They know the Viper died here. They see the gyro top pushing a tower. I think this is a misstep from Gyro. They tip it up and try to punish. It's all about after rush. You wanna punish, runes, punish. Tier 2 outpost, keep punishing, and with the map control that you're gonna get, you want to have your supports setting up wards like this or this, so you can see the enemy heroes trying to get to a bigger timing where they can face you after the Aegis. So this Aegis is not gonna give so much to Aurora yet. As you see, they use gate, control waves, control silence, and you have a squad here of rune takers, arcane for pack, and they progress nicely into a tier 2. Like if you see, it's not like brainless, let's go tier 2 guys, we need to take the outpost and just control, because the map is too big, and if you give gate control to the enemy, they're going to be able to split you and farm both ancients all the time and just progress. And look at what happens here. This is amazing warding from the Jakiro. He leaves a ward here because they know. Look when did he put it. Like he puts it here after the Aegis. Why does he put the ward here after the Aegis? Like this is not an area you wanna play for, right? Like what are you gonna take here as Raiden? But I think it's like very useful for later, because if you know you're gonna take this tier 2 here, leaving a ward here, it's gonna provide you with that kill on Gyro that happened later. Like they go for Gyro here, that is pushing the tower. Let's watch the replay fast. The ward is still here. They start using gate for bottom, progress to bottom, and where is the enemy team? Try to avoid them. Of course, the other part of the map. So they see Gyro here, and they punish. They don't go high ground because they don't have a hero for high ground, but they punish the Gyro. Go back bottom to take the tier 2. Tier 2. Outpost. And the Aegis is down. They didn't get so much on the map, but I think this advantage is the gold advantage is a bit misleading, because Ursa with BKB and Disperser, the Viper is not gonna have so much impact, and the pack with the Octarine, it's gonna be super hard to deal with in the fights. And I want you to point out always like how they are positioning themselves on the map. Like here you have the Willow in front. Brewmaster is taking very carefully how he's approaching the map. Look at how the heroes move. Jakiro behind the Ursa. They never give an opportunity. Willow doesn't go up here. He just leaves with a lot of care on the 28-minute run. And now they follow the pack. It's always good formation. Aegis here in front. Brewmaster positions himself here. The support behind. It's always this is something that is taken by granted from tier 1 teams, but they always they understand when their heroes are supposed to stand. Now the game starts progressing. Aegis is down. The Aegis is gonna spawn most likely bottom. So the next area of the map we wanna be playing for is the next Tormentor, but let me tell you, this second Tormentor is not so important because you already have items to start finishing the game. So what is more important is to get kills on this key cores, so that you can start taking these other tier 2s and then advancing into the higher one. Second Tormentor is not so big, but it's an area that you wanna kind of play around. They're smoked behind the Brewmaster, and this Spirit is ready for this, but the pack has a shield run and it's free fight for him. So let's watch the details as the fight ends. I'm just letting the fight play. And we watch the details. Why it's a 5-0 fight. Let's go to the start. This Spirit is posturing for this area because they know like Tormentor is coming. They have a nice ward here. Maybe they can start fighting for this area and take another free Tormentor. Bedboom knows this as well. So who do they position first? The Brewmaster with the Solar Crest and the Willow behind, who can save this hero. Pack is finishing his item, and he's also a pretty mobile hero, so he's gonna reach the fight later. So the setup is nice for both teams. I would say they need this ward to put it like more advanced here. So it's only the wave that they're gonna have as vision provider. And they see this hero, and they think they can kill. But as soon as the Taskar jumps, the Ursa jumps as well, and the toss is missed on the Brewmaster, and it's on the creep. It's just like little details. Maybe if the toss happened here, look. Like there's a little creep here. Like look at this creep. This creep maybe made the Brewmaster not die. Maybe he survives anyway. Now Brew survives. Taskar died in the initiation, and Gyro is out of BKB. Just free fight for Pack and the Octarine and Shield. So at this point, fighting for Spirit just became almost impossible. One more thing I want to point out and finish this replay. There's so much you can get from this, but it's just like we have to watch more games, guys. So now the timing from the rush is going to start again. 31 minutes. Aurora is already controlling this area. They are controlling the outpost. You're going to see maybe a missed opportunity here from Team Spirit. So they come here on Spirit. Smoked. For the rush, this is like the last try. And Brewmaster takes a big misstep here because they're not ready. So Brewmaster is not in sync with the team, but still has a really good concept in mind. He dies with buyback, and he has the opposite control. And I think that when you are a Spirit, as soon as you get the Brewmaster ulti, you instantly, like, you need to come here and control this area, like control the outpost instantly. I think if you control as 5 heroes, I don't know how much it lasts, but it's pretty fast. So it's not gonna give time for the Brewmaster to buyback and join the fight. Because if Brewmaster buybacks and has to TP here, look how long it's gonna take for him to get to the fight. But now since he's playing with buyback, they get baited by the Ursa a little bit. Brewmaster instant buybacks, and it's like never happened. This kill never happened. Brewmaster joins with ulti and Vessel. Cancels the Tiny. This is another free fight. And a free Roche for Aurora. Well, actually, the Ursa is dead, so they cannot do Roche. I think that I pointed out one more thing here. They TP, 17k net worth, they know Spirit again. Like, if you play against Spirit, guys, understand, they're gonna make you fight for the win. 18k net worth in a disadvantage, and they go. Because they know, they lose this rush, the game is over. So they just go here, try to control the area before Aurora gets on the map. And Aurora, they are smoked as well, and they are like super patient. They put a ward. It's all about the fight for the area. Put a ward. They kick Spirit out of the area, and as soon as they kick Spirit out of the area, the Ursa jumps. The Pack has a free fight. and now yeah, the game is over. But Spirit made them fight for it. So yeah, in conclusion, I would say Aurora played pretty precisely here, even though Spirit is like trying their best to get every window they can. If I remember correctly, when I saw the true side from Team Spirit, my podcast told them we are gonna fight for every area of the map. We're gonna make them suffer. Like it's how they think. Whenever you are at an advantage, you're not gonna get a free objective from Team Spirit. They understand that even if they're losing on timings or on net worth, if they get a good position on the map, they are gonna try to punish you. Like get a good opening, get a good fight, and take the objective for themselves. So it's a good play from both teams, but I think this first game it was a strategy win and also like patience from Aurora that won the game. Now, when Spirit had to adjust to what they saw from Aurora, they are on Radiant now, and they chose to. They had this Viper, no, they pick on 16-17, and they got 18 Huskar, which is going to be not an easy lane for pack. It's going to be hard. And they saw a 24 pick Viper that they could pick. They decided to go for it and send the pack to the safe lane. They went, I think, out of their comfort zone because pack is, of course, not a hard carry like Jotaro likes to play. But they try to like contest in terms of the win condition and that the Viper is going to be impossible to deal with in this game, which I think is partly true, to be honest. But also you have to realize that here on Radiant they don't have a way to take Roche from the 15 to 20 minute time. Let's jump into those key moments again, because if I just watch early game all the time, it's gonna take me 2 hours. Let's go into 15 minutes. You see, look at the vision on the map. Team Spirit, they managed to do a lot of damage to the towers. They didn't take it yet. Aurora has defensive vision on the Roche part of the map. And the early game is won by Aurora due to like this insane dual lane with Jakiro Abaddon against the Ringmaster Brewmaster. Decent lane. Bottom, the Mars didn't suffer so much against the Pack Disruptor. Disruptor is not a strong position 5, and Mars has Willow. And Huskar just managed to jungle a lot. He has a lot of creeps jungled, basically. Now, I paused here because I wanted to show you how patient Aurora team is. Something that I see from every core, especially from this offlaner, is the patience that he has to play the game. And Lorenov, I would say the map awareness. But here it's all about the offlaner. If you see the early game, again, they connected, blah, 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 blah. You know all this stuff. But look now at how they wait in the fight to target the correct heroes. The map looks pretty even. No tier 1, no tier 1, no tier 1 here. They have a tier 1 here. But they know, if you see from before, that he is being probably protected because they don't see many heroes in the map. They see the pack on mid. Brewmaster is playing very advanced here. So Brewmaster doesn't see anyone and they're trying to get to timings. Right? He has a Midas. Viper is trying to get to Scepter. Abaddon is trying to get to Radiance. He has a Blink on Mars, so he's on timing. And Huskar is just farming for the Manta. So this is not a big team fight. But watch the details. The Jakiro goes on this guy. Willow is going to TP bottom now. And the Mars, when they try, like, there's a play here. The play is probably let's force a Brulti because they know they cannot kill. But as soon as the Mars sees this, and he understands that the Brew understands that he's not going to get his ulti first, he just waits. And when he sees the target, like Brewmaster uses ulti, when he sees the Disruptor, now he jumps. A hero that he was not seeing, he's waiting with patience, and now he jumps and connects with the Willow ultimate. And this becomes a huge play for them because they force the Brew ulti, they kill the Disruptor using the arena perfectly, and they kill the Brewmaster. So now they're getting to timings super fast. The Mars got kills, now they have free map to advance, so they're going to advance here. And this is a thing that I saw as a good pattern from the offlane. It's just patience and correct spell casting on the right heroes. They connect to mid, and they know that they need to take this tower with patience again, because Spirit, they are gonna fight you for every objective. As soon as Disruptor respawns, he's running mid, and the pack is already set up there. The Ringmaster is taking care so that he can tip it. So look at how they protect each other. Frontline hero that can take the tower. No one else is here, not even the Abaddon. They play for the rune, which they take is an invis for disrupt for Willow. And Jakiro gets initiated. But since they were so patient, they didn't sacrifice any other hero because of the glitch mechanic that is gonna pull someone back. The Abaddon protects, saves the Jakiro. No one loses like anything on their side. Just Abaddon like a few seconds, and then they're free to go with the objective taken. So it's very careful gameplay as well from Aurora. And you're gonna see it again on the 18 minute. 18-minute mark is coming. Both teams knows this. Look. In Spirit, they know 80-minute run is coming. They have a ward here so that they can see it. They smoke for the midway. Spirit knows that they can take a fight around this. And Aurora knows that Spirit knows. Which is tier 1 DOTA being played here. So what does the Mars do? He just shields and runs back. Like he's gonna like only be initiated if you are on your part of the map, on your side. If he gets initiated here, like let's say Disruptor uses first blood and ulti here, he's probably just gonna die and the team is not gonna be able to help him. So now the Abaddon TPs. And the fight starts with a Radiance Abaddon burning everyone, and Aurora set up on their side of the fight. Like they are close to the tier 2 and on the uphill. And again, it's just like great spellcasting for this timing of the game. Ice Path into Spear. They get a good fight here. And since Aurora took this fight correctly, now they can take the rush. It's very, very detailed game, but in the details, the win is gonna appear. If you're a nerd, basically, guys, if you are a nerd in the game and you don't let yourself like be chill and let's say like, yeah, we can just go rush, yeah, we can just take the rune, yeah, we can just take the Tormentor. Well, these teams, they watch and they do 20-hour session of gameplay or replay analysis, so that they are all in the same page and they do not miss any of these timings. 20-minute timing is coming. Look at where Aurora is playing. They have the Aegis. They know that in Spirit they cannot fight for this because they have the Aegis. Now the things are different. So they are playing bottom to try to kick some heroes on the map. And Aurora is like, no, you're not going to take the gate. You're not going to take this area of the map. They connect here. They kick them out. They kill the Disruptor here. Like they're not giving anything. And they take the gate and take Tormentor. And you can say here, oh, but the 21 minutes, they should go for it. No, there's bigger objectives than this. Like if it's free, and you can just send a hero there, then it's good. But you want to start with this Aegis, start advancing on the map, and the gate control is so important that you should not leave this area because you're gonna deal with the split waves all the time. Mars TPs connects. They end up finding the pack, but he leaves. Gets killed here. So now you have the Aegis. What is the map after the Aegis and the Tormentor? You start closing the map. You start aiming to take these tier 2 towers. Progressively, you control the gates. You don't let the enemy team take the gates. You have like nice wards on silence so you can catch people. Take tower. They're also like super patient about it. Why are they patient about this tower? Because they know. Like, look, this Spirit, what do they say on the map? Abaddon, just tip it up. Tip it up on Abaddon. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe he should have just waited for Huskar to take the tower. Who cares? They play accordingly to what's happening on the map. The Spirit goes for to look for the fight. Abaddon tip it out, and Aurora knows this, and they just back and smoke away. And now, where are they gonna connect? Abaddon pushes top. Uses gate when sorry for this. So a fight starts here. But Team Spirit is already taking this area. Abaddon is connecting with the gate. Mars is already here. They use Brew ulti and Disruptor ulti to kill the Willow, but it's too much, and just Huskar with the Aegis and Abaddon connecting. There's no way they can take a fight here. So no one is giving like so much of a place. Aurora is not giving like any place where Spirit would like to take a fight. Like Spirit would love to take a fight under a ward here, just in their area and between their towers, or here, with their ward. Aurora is not giving it to them. Now the Aegis is it's out, but they progressed into new tiles. Mant on Abaddon, Huskar is close to the Halberd, the Mars has Blink Eels, and he's gonna progress into a BKB soon. And after this, I think in this draft, I don't think there's much more to watch because Spirit is not comfortable in this strategy. Like they're not actually playing for a timing on any hero that they can just win the fight. Aurora just already progressed and took the outpost, so game is gonna be very very hard for Spirit. Even though they try to fight for these objectives, Aurora, as you see, they dodge with the smoke and they take the fight day one. Always take fights in your terms. You see the pack here, he's dead. And just it's basically a snowball from here. There's not much Spirit can do in terms of win condition. There's nothing they are playing for. And this gets me into the last replay that I'm gonna analyze. I had to cut this video a little bit too often because there was like many things I wanted to point out, and the video was going to be so long. So I just want to jump into the moments that it's team oriented from 15 minutes in advance. If you want to check the early from Aurora, they're a really good early game and they play for it. You can see the connections and how they play for the tier ones. In this game, they took every tier one very nicely. And let's analyze the draft quickly. They first picked the Largo, which Team Spirit answered in the tournament before with the Ancient against Team Liquid. And it did very well. In this case, Aurora didn't allow Team Spirit to play the Storm, so they end up being with the pack, which is similar hero. But the pack went against a Viper mid laner, which is going to be hard lane for him. And he did not so good. Top, it's Mars and Tuskar, which is not an awful lane, but he's playing into Nyx Wind Ranger. Nyx not the strongest hero in the lane, but Wind Ranger is still gonna do fine, completely fine there. At bottom, you have lastly Largo against Shaman against Case Ancient. Largo is just gonna survive this lane nicely. So at this moment we get to 15-minute mark again. Team Spirit playing for a little bit of win condition. In this case, I wouldn't say the Case is such a win condition hero. But they are playing with the Ancient, which is going to secure like fights against the Largo ultimate, the pipe, and everything. It's just going to make things harder for Aurora. But they're not playing for the macro on Radiant. Let's watch. So 50-minute mark, they go for a play on top. They didn't get it. They died on the Ancient, and Mars had to TP out with no ultimate. So it's a little bit of a delay on their timing. And Aurora, as you saw, when they have an advantage and they pressure on Dire, they will try at some point to progress on the map and take the Roche. In this case, again, Spirits try to place for the area that is nice to control. And you know, if you're Radiant, you are most likely going to find heroes in this area, because these two comes to farm their nice, and this area from Dire they want to control it, so it's a good area to smoke. Aurora protects it. They are in condition to do so because they got to some timings. The Largo already has Scepter, Wind Ranger is approaching BKB, and Viper has the full pipe coming on the Courier. So now it's big timing for Aurora. And what do they do with the timing? Runes are not so important to Aurora because they have Viper, no bottle hero. In this case, they have the big Scepter timing, and they have the Viper pipe. So they advance into a really aggressive area of the map. I would say if you are in a like 50-50 situation, if you are like in an even game, going on the triangle or this triangle, if you are Radiant, is suicide. It's complete suicide. But since they are on timing and Team Spirit is like not doing so well right now, they don't have Blink on pack and they only have a Deso on Case, they are able to do so. So they come here, surround this area, kill the Ancient. Ancient uses ultimate. And where do they go instantly? They go into the Roche. They contest. They know what they have to play for. And they know this is going to secure the Tormentor next. Shaman ulti, secure Roche. They say, okay, well, this is a free game for Aurora, right? they got the Roche, they're gonna get the turn. But Spirit has something to say about this. Look how Spirit sets up after they lose a Roche. They understand that they are not like gonna get to a huge timing next, and they can fight all the time because they pick for that. They pick for the team fight. So when they see that they do Roshan and they're gonna like start splinter on the map, try to close the map, they look to punish the heroes that are gonna do so, like not in the perfect way. So Largo is here, they put a ward here, and they punish this hero. They take the Aegis instantly. And this is a big punish from Spirit. Like the Aegis you just got, it meant basically nothing. You lost the guy and you also like got killed. Aurora also good at not allowing them take the tier 1. They're making Spirit fight just like Spirit makes them fight for things. Wind Ranger connects with no BKB. Like this is so important to understand, guys. Even if you don't have the timing, if the situation is right and you have the area of the map where you can fight, you should not prioritize timing. If you prioritize timing here and you don't come on the Wind Ranger, you are not a good player. You are an odd player. All players do this. So they fought for this objective. Even they lost the Aegis, they got 2 kills. Nice for them. Largo hero doing Largo fin stop. And now that the Aegis is out, there's no macro anymore because they lost the Aegis. They cannot take anything. Well, of course, there's one more objective to play for, which is Tormentor. If you play, well, Spirit here, they take a fight. But if you play on Tormentor, if you play for the rune on minute 20, it's not good. Unless you just don't want to fight for Tormentor. Like you should try to aim to take this area of the map and start like playing for this. But look at what's so awkward from Team Spirit that if you're Radiant and you didn't take this tower, you're just giving an outpost for Aurora to TP all the time. If let's say Shaman and Nyx die on this fight, they can buy back and take the fight anyway. So they see opportunity on the mid wave again. But Wind Ranger has BKB. They force the BKB. They use ultimates and pipe. And what does Spirit do instantly? They go. Because I know 20 minutes is coming. Let's go, guys. We need to fight this setup. And Aurora is already like carrying the setup. But the team fight from Spirit is too strong. And Aurora does not retreat. Like this is something that you need to understand. You lose 2 heroes here, but you still have spells to cast even if you have no BKB. If the area is correct and you have the heroes to do so, the items to do so, you take the fight and you discount heroes, because if you don't kill anyone here, you're just gonna retreat, you're gonna lose Tormentor. So Nyx buyback, and look, Nyx buyback, guys. Imagine Nyx having to TP here. This is why it's so important to set up the game nicely for these objectives. Imagine the Nyx having to TP here, or TP, let's say here. Let's say the tier 1 is still up. It's much more different than this Nyx coming here to fight. Look, Nyx secures the kill of Mars. It's insane how mistakes from the past are very important in the future. So they don't have enough HP on the win to do the Tormentor. But they still have this outpost to TP, Largo's response. And Team Spirit, they just give up on the objective. It's too hard to take because of this, and they already don't have much resources. But they made them fight for it, which is something that as a concept, as a philosophy of gaming, Spirit has. If you check their history in the tournaments, it's always like this. Mid tower gets denied, they get the torment, and they start playing for silence. Now the game is a little bit like wide open. Still, they need to play for next timings. Now Laro has to go for BKB, but got the blink, and Kes got the scepter. Mars is progressing into BKB. What are the objectives now? Well, you probably cannot progress into a tier 2. You need to go for next timings, only on Wind Ranger, Scepter on Viper, and play for the runes. In Spirit, they are on timing, Blink on Pack, Scepter on Kes, and they start trying to progress on the map. Because you cannot just let your timing wash away. You're gonna run into enemy times. They saw the Shaman bottom, they smoked for it, they got the kill, and now they see the Nyx, and they get the kill on Nyx. So you need to start like using your timings, start progressing for the runes, start punishing heroes when you have timing and they don't, because cores don't want to connect. They go for this tower. They progress, even though it's a tier 1 minute 24, they are still progressing on the map, so it's good. BKB on Mars, Blink on Ancient, Parasma on Pack. So this game is like I would say right now it's pretty even. No hero has like a huge timing or a free game so that you can see a clear winner. And look at what happens now. They get the BKB timing on Largo. Smoke, connect with the timing. And look at Spirit. What did they see on the map? They see the waves. Look at the waves. Wave bottom, they see Viper top. And this is like super obvious for Spirit, because as soon as a hero shows so far up here on a wave that is going to be pushed, they scan and they saw with the scan the smoke. And they see the smoke here. They scan and they reveal the smoke, so they dodge the smoke. They're pretty good at doing this. And they are playing for a bigger timing. Now it's the case BKB timing. You don't want to take a fight when the enemy wants to take a fight. You want to take a fight when you want to take a fight. Aurora still gets a kill, and they get the arcane. And they know timings, rush timing started now. So they need to play, and they want to take as far as advanced as you can take an area from the objective you want to play. It's the better. They're playing so far up here because they want to take the rush. Nice kill on Ancient. So every time that now that the rush is about to spawn, Aurora is playing here. And now that Kess got the BKB, where does Spirit want to start taking a fight, or just like poke, or see what can they take from what Aurora shows them? They know that Aurora probably has some kind of vision around here, so they just back all together and they smoke and they play for the 28-minute run. Now let's watch this fight closely. Look at the vision of Spirit. There's no vision. And look at the vision on Aurora. Ward here. Ward here. Nyx, at this moment, it's out of formation completely. If you know that the enemy team is smoking, this is just a mistake, because, of course, they should carry detection. It's not a path. But Aurora, they know, like, okay, we did some very bad play, but we can still take a decent fight if we are ready for it. So Puck jumps here, and this is like super clutch gameplay. You see Puck jump here, Shaman instantly try to punish, because if you catch Puck here and you manage to kill him very fast, or you at least manage to force like some save from Taskar, or they're not ready, you're just gonna even the numbers for the rush fight. It's all about the rush fight. But Puck, he knows this and he dodges. And now, look at this interaction. Puck knows that they have no Nyx on Dire, so they're probably calling for a fight. Because if he coils here and they get to fight here, there's no Nyx, this should be a really good fight. So the Shaman knows this as well. Well played on Kaori, and he turns around, and when Puck coils, he instant hex. The Puck. So fight starts now on Aurora conditions. Puck is hexed. And they used 2 saves on Spirit because it was not expected from them. So now they use the Mars Arena. Wind Ranger is not conditioned anymore on the ultimate due to the Mars Arena being used. Kess still jumps onto the Viper and manages to kill him while 2 of his teammates retreat. BKB on Wind used. And now Aurora manages to take a fight where they kill the Kess, still Wind Ranger dies, but it's a trade where they do not lose an objective. Like it resets for the next fight. And they kill the Ancient as well. So it's like super like precise, playing on the limit, understanding what the enemy can do to you, and even if you have a mistake, you react correctly to it. You play accordingly to what you can do and what they can do to you. Nyx plays on top, try to kill, but they don't get anything. And now things changed because Roche is going bottom, guys. He's bored of you trying to kill him. Now he runs away. He's going bottom. And look at the teams dancing, going to bottom. You go here. And now they take this area. Aurora takes this area. It's all about like little details, like vision here. And they know, look at Spirit, how precise they are. They understand at this point, they are taking this area. Yeah, it's good. But we have a shield on pack. We have Lincolns on pack. And Shaman is still 5 seconds dead. 5 seconds for his respawn. It's time. It's time to go. Pack jumps. And they start the fight without the Shaman being able to TP comfortably. Where did the Shaman have to TP? He had to TP mid. Like these things, it changes so much the way of the fight. So they kill the Largo, who doesn't have a buyback. I don't remember what did he buy. Oh, he bought the Sanch. And Spirit. They try to take the Aegis, but they are not sure. Like they don't know if this Largo has no buyback or he actually has it. So Aurora still like they know that the Spirit doesn't know this, and they start sending the Viper in. Like Wind Ranger is behind. They take a good angle and they force Spirit out of the Roche. And again, it's gonna happen.
Or maybe for friends, they look unpopular.
32-minute run. Shaman standing in front. Aurora just smoked. Him is on pack with Gem, but he's taking a lot of care. And look at this detail. This, when I saw this, like, you see this and you say, okay, the Spirit just won the game, right? Mars just jumped in. He has the fight control here, like Spear on Shaman and Wind. They're both dead. Kess kills them all here, and Spirit takes the Aegis, they take the game. Look at this insane detail. Mars has 2 seconds, 1 second for Arena, 1 second for BKB. Reaction from Wind Ranger, and the Mars doesn't get his spells off. Like Spirit predicted the smoke that was coming from Aurora, but their mind was too fast for what the game was offering them. They don't have the Mars for the fight. They still have to take it, but it's from with a Mars like TPing here. So when he reaches the fight, the Kess is already dead. So guys, listen, for being a champion, you either have to be so much better than the competition, or just have like this little bit millisecond of a lag. And Aurora gets the fight. They get the Roche now. And now they start to progress on the map. They control mid wave, they push for a tier 2 to take the outpost. Spirit was so close as well to be a champion, even with them not playing the meta of the macro gameplay or the drafts. Mentor, TP base for resources, gate control, they have a ward here, room control, always so important. Look at this. They start choking the heroes on the map. They connect. They go together. They kill these guys. And look at Spirit. How they approach the game is so nice from them. They set up a ward here. They understand that the push is coming and they cannot take a fight from this angle, so they choose this angle where they have the ward. They see the Nyx. They see the supports. But look at this. Like, what happens here is another like huge detail. Mars is taking the fight from this angle, which is the best angle for him. He's under no vision and he's gonna initiate 2 heroes. And Spirit is ready here. Now Collapse does a huge big play, but look at the pack and the Tusker. They both jump and they jump into a Nyx Impale. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think that probably the intent was to get the Mars before BKB, but just like a muscle reaction, but he got 2 key cores that would have been able to kill the Wind first HP and maybe like almost kill the Viper. They see a buyback, and also this is a quality of a champion. The champion has to be patient to take the trophy. If you rush to take the trophy, you are gonna trip. You're gonna trip in your way of doing so. If they keep pushing here into the task buyback and the ancient respawn time, it was gonna be so bad for them because they had no BKB on Wind, no BKB on Viper, and it's just a bad fight to take on this on the uphill. Let me see if I have something more to show you because I have so many things detailed here. Let's go to minute 41. One thing that is super important, we are again here on close to the Roche timer, and Spirit knows that if they let this Roche be taken by Aurora, the game is going to be super hard to contest, so they have to come here. But look at the formation from Aurora. I think the setup here is super nice. A on this on Largo. First contact hero, he cannot die. There's no nullifier on Spirit. Nyx is scouting like in a place where he can maybe break a smoke and blink out. Wind Ranger behind the Largo, and the supports insanely far behind. Like in this case, Shaman is super behind. Viper is reaching the fight. And look at the setup. He just stands here. He has A on this. Cannot die. They waste the ancient ulti. Wind is fast to connect. Forces the BKB on Kiss. Mars already used BKB to kill Largo, so now he dies after BKB. He was fighting, but not enough sustain for him. Largo didn't even die. Just a little bit of mal control, waiting for Roche. Roche is free. And I want to introduce you to a tier 1 concept, guys. Listen. When the enemy gets this Aegis, if you just wait for them to come to your high ground with the refresher, with the Aegis, with the cheese, and with the banner especially, they're just gonna put the banner somewhere, and your fight is gonna be super hard to take because you have to deal with the banner first. So they're just gonna be able to take your racks with the Aegis hero without showing anyone, and they're gonna take a bad fight. So what does Spirit do here? They smoke before even the banner fight happens. Yes, they're gonna lose the game and everything, but still, it's so such a nice concept. They try to force a fight when they see that maybe the enemy is not ready. So they take and they kill the Aegis hero. They're gonna kill Nightfall here. Now, imagine that if the game is a little bit more even, or they have like one more item, say Satanic on Yatoro, or something that makes him survive, and they get the carry kill, the game is like completely wide open after that. But as a concept, I just thought it was like super good to show. Like, Aurora still takes the fight here. They win it. They start progressing on the map. They just take like good fights all the time. Now the win condition is on their side completely because they have too many items. And they put the series 2-2 and force it to a last final game where they end up being champions. There's so much that you can take away from these games, but I would say I'm not gonna analyze drafting because this is two teams that think completely different in a different way. As I said, two sides of the coin. Team Spirit drafted for win condition and team fight, and Aurora drafted all about the meta. But what actually made them champions was the patience that they had to take the objectives, the fast play when these key moments came into the game, and actually when they're Radiant, playing Radiant properly. So congratulations to Aurora, and this was my video. I'm sorry if it was too long, I think it's going to be, but see you on the next one. If you're a nerd, you are gonna watch it completely. Bye bye.